if there are people who wants to ask questions. Yes, so I'm gonna keep the volume low. If you have question here, you can raise your hand. We're focusing strictly on questions from the last lesson, and we'll move into the practicals for this lesson. And I hope you have all got your Canva ready, because for usability, because you don't have access to InDesign now, I'm just going to show you what it looks like on Canva, and then you can maybe repurpose and start using Canva for what you need to do. So while we're here, please, I need you to um sort of get yourself together and ask questions. All right, so we're not focusing on anything outside the scope of the two things that we know. If there's any other thing, we'll look at it later. All right. So let's all move to good morning, everyone. Can you confirm that you can all hear me on live now, please? And can you all hear me? So to address preliminary issues like you not being able to access your school email, please reach out to the ICT. I'm not in charge of that. Reach out to the university ICT. So that will help you resolve that. So I'm unable to resolve that for you. That is outside the scope of my work. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. Is my voice clear enough for you? Is it clear enough? Is it clear enough? Okay, lovely. Okay, so we have some questions here. I'm doing my best to bring the questions to your screen. But now, right now, you're going to see my face. Yeah, there you go. Can you confirm that you can see me? Say you can see me if you can see me. And then we'll begin. Okay, lovely. I'm happy that it's clear. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this is what we'll be doing today, and yeah, go. So all right, so we're doing some walkthrough today, but before we begin the walkthrough proper, I will be sort of taking you through some question and answers so that we have no confusion. We'll reduce the confusion that we have before now, so that we can make good progress. So now, if you are thinking about anything, outside of anything administrative, just focusing on work. Just focusing on work. If you're asking any question about attendance, you'll be upsetting me. So don't do that. So don't do anything like that. Focus on the learning process. Focus on the learning process. Please focus on the learning process. Do you have question from yeah, you can continue with your personal email. Yes, please continue with your personal email. I approve of that. Continue with your personal email. If you are not able to access your what do you call it? Your school email, use your personal email and let us make good progress. Okay. Continue with your personal email. The most important thing is that if you do it twice, it's going to delete you off totally from the sheet. Don't try that. Don't try that. All right. Okay. We have some questions right before us. Let me begin with the very first one again. I think those on Telegram had the answer to that one. So we say, what is the industry standard? What is the industry standard font used for book publishing? Well, there are no industry standard. However, Garamond, I mentioned, is widely regarded as a top industry option. Why? Because it is very easy to use, it looks good, it is pleasing to the eyes. Yeah, that's like the idea. So it's pleasant to the eyes, it's easy to use, it makes sense. It makes so okay, you need me to increase my volume. Okay, I will do that. Is it better now? I've just added about 5 dB to it, 6 dB actually. So it should be better now. How is it now? Is my volume better now? So let me pop up your chat so I can integrate them into the stream. Okay. So I have another question. You say, how does the choice of font type, serif versus sans serif, impact readers' fatigue in a long form narrative? Okay, if you see serif, the question is, what is serif? What are serif? Serifs are fonts without edges. I'll as well pop up my screen so that we can start doing some screen share too, and it screen up. Yeah. All right, up now. Okay. All right. So if I come here and say serif fonts, then I want to explain serif fonts using something that you should be familiar with. So can you confirm that you can see my screen still? I just want to explain serif fonts. What are serif fonts? I'll come here. Serif fonts are fonts with curved edges, and I will use this. Just open this an image of it clear. Oh, this is too small. Okay, maybe this will help. Oh, still not still right. So if you have a look at this, if you have a clear look at this, you see that we have this yellow marker. Any font with sharp edges, curved edges, these are called serif. They are called serif. And reading serif has its own advantages. It's pleasing, and you see it's the popular one is Times New Roman, and we have the sans serif without curved edges, just the way they are, just the way they are, just the way they are, and it makes things easy for people to sort of read. So take note of this, and these are the two type of serif. Depending on the length of the article, depending on the length of what you are putting there, You need to be quite careful. What kind of fonts? Will your readers, are they, how old are they? Are they young? Are they grown up? They, how do they find things? Do they find it easy to, to flow with things, or they find it difficult to keep long reading? For your group, for your age group, if I were to be designing something for your age group, I'll be more careful because I'm unsure about how much of time you have to commit to. So that will be my very first concern. So I'll just use this particular there's something on my screen right now which I want to share. Okay. Now let's take a look at the anatomy of this. For every font, every typography, they have features. And if you were taught how to write in your very early stage in primary school, there is there are lines, and these lines sort of guide how you understand things, how you draw your lines. So the lines guide what is on top, what is in the middle, what gets to be below. Together. So it's sort of it shape your handwriting. For those who have good handwriting, um, you understand what I mean. Those who have very good handwriting, you understand what I mean. Um, well, now this is a what kind of font is this? Who can tell? The font in black text. What kind of font? What kind of font is the font in black text? Who can put it in? Can put it in the chat. What kind of font is a font? What kind of font is it? Sans serif. Are you sure? The one in black text. Oh, sorry. I think you're missing both of them together. I'm just gonna zoom in so that you can see clearly what I'm talking about. What kind of font is this? Anatomy of a serif font. Is this serif or sans serif? What is the meaning of sans? What is the meaning of sans serif? What is the meaning of sans in sans serif? What is the meaning of sans in sans serif? Sans means without. Beautiful. Sans means without. Nice. Good. Sans means without. Good. All right. So now we have letter spacing. Take a look at this closely. And should I? No, wait. Give me what I need. They give me what I need. Let's see. Display caption. Oh, now I have a challenge, but then I'll just do with it. Don't worry, I'll do without it. Okay, now we have cap height. The cap height is the height of the tallest character in your text, in your font, your typeface. Do you understand me? Is it the height of the tallest character, your typeface? And this is the cap height. Can you see that? The X height is the height of the smallest, usually the lowercase. The cap height is the height of the capital letter. The X height is the height of the smallest letter. So guys, be taking note of this. So put it in your book. Put it in your book. Don't miss out anything. Don't miss out anything. Yeah. Don't miss out anything. So we have the cap height, we have the X height. The cap height is the height of the capital letters in your typeface. Is the height of the capital letters in your typeface. While the X height is the height of the small letters. Do you understand that? Now, you can take notes, you can put it in the comments to reiterate your understanding so that if you're making mistake, I'm able to correct. So the other one is the letter spacing. Letter spacing is the space between two letters. For example, the space between A and An. The space between N and A. You can see that that is letter spacing. Now we have the stroke. Now, the difference between the X height and the cap height is called call it the ascender. The ascender, especially for the smaller case, the ascender. And also the descender is the extension after the bottom of the text. If you understand it, say put it in the chat and understand it. Now we've talked about cap height, X height, letter spacing, which is three concepts. Then we have ascender and then descender. How many concepts in total? How many concepts in total so far? Put it in the chat. How many concepts in total? Please, if you are typing cap height, ensure you are spelling it right. How many so far? Oh, okay. If you don't understand, I'm explaining the anatomy of a font. And I'm focusing on starting with the serif font. Serif is the one that has edges. This is an example of a serif. You see that, like I've explained earlier. And we have sans serif. Okay, if you say 7, can you list them? I can count myself. Cap height, which is 1. X height, 2. Letter spacing, 3. Ascender, 4. Descender 5. I've said 5. Now the next one is stroke. 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 Stroke is. People wants to ask questions. Like you know if you have. Stroke is the bottom line on top of it. That is what a stroke is. Stroke, you can see it in the example of the font right before you. That is a stroke. It's like we can explain it as it's not a serif, it is something close to it. It's not a serif. It is the entire space where the serif is sitting. All right. So now I want to go to the next one. So we have how many now? 6. Can you list them, please? Can you list them? See how many you can remember. List them. Okay. Someone is requiring an explanation of ascender and descender. Ascender is the difference between the x height, the start of the x height, and the cap height, which you can see here. The difference between x heights is that especially in the case of lower case fonts. In lower case fonts. In lower case fonts. Now, descender, just like that is the difference between x height and cap height. The descender extends below the base line. What is the baseline? The baseline is the line where everything sits. You know, if you write notes, if you're using notebook, then you see lines. Lines, this thing, that is the baseline. So they put baseline in everything. So what is aperture? If you have done photography before, you should have an idea what an aperture is. Aperture is like the I, the O. You understand? For example, in the example of this E, you can see this is the aperture. In O, the aperture is the O, the zero in between, the space inside of it. And then we have the stem. The stem is what is keeping it. Not all fonts have a stem, but majority have stem. The stem in S is this. Stem is what keeps it standing. Stem is what keeps it standing. Stem is what keeps it standing. It is the main vertical or diagonal stroke of a letter form. Now, and the last thing there is what? Serif, which is the little curly edge that a font has, that a typeface has. Now, do we all get that? Do we all get that? Put it in the chat if that's correct. Do we all get that? Is that clear? Is that clear to you? Is that clear to you? Okay. All right. I'm glad that is clear. Okay. Good. Let's keep our eyes on the charts. So now I want to ask you, can you pick one of all of these things? I've given you how many now? Oh, yes, I didn't miss leading. Leading is the space between the top line of and the lower line of the leading. That is leading. It's called line spacing. So now I want you to pick one out of how many now? How many have I given you now? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 11. Pick one and define it. Pick one and define it. Pick one that is your favorite and define it. Actually, the one that you don't know before, the one that you never knew before. Yes, the one you never knew before and define it. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. Under in, you can see clearly. Now, have a look at this. Have a look at this. These are the popular serif fonts. You can use majority of these for your book or inside of your book. I've used Bookman before. I've used Canva before. In fact, the faculty journal is written in Canva. I defined it. I designed it. Century Gothic. Yes. Garamond is the most popular one. And then Adobe Garamond Pro, which is a licensed one. So list some of these things. Know them. You can use it to guide your project. You can use it to guide your project. All right. We'll come back to where we are. So, about the dual camera. All right. So now we're done with this part of things. I would want to kindly quickly go back to the question and answer. So there is no industry standard, but there is a minimum standard that helps understand. That answers the question about what is the standard font used. I think, will you like it if I project the question? Yeah, on the screen. Will you like that? Can you put it in the chat? If I project the question I'm answering on the screen. I'm just going to copy. I'm right here in the class. Someone is writing an email to me. Yeah, focus. Oh, you focus. Okay. Yeah, thank you for feedback. You can see them all. For them. Okay. All right. Give me a moment. I want to fix your setup. Take a break. Maybe you go and take a glass of water. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I was trying to fix a technical glitch here. So I hope you can hear me. I'm back. Hope you can all hear me now. Hope you can all hear me now. Can you hear me? Can you confirm you can hear me? Can you confirm that you can hear me? Can you all hear me now? Can you confirm that you can hear me now? Okay, lovely. All right. So the next question I have here is how can I use Canva to create an image? How can I use Canva to create an image? I don't understand specifically what you mean. But if you wanted to generate an image using Canva, then you're talking about the AI aspect of it. AI aspect of things, so which is not a focus in this. So what I'll be guiding you to do with Canva will be planning, designing, and creating layouts, which is the focus of this course. Okay. So now I'm going to share my screen in a bit, and then you can see is the screen. All right, lovely. It's off the screen. Just taking off the relevant stuff that you don't see what you're not supposed to. So, all right. Okay. I'm gonna create a doc. Good. All right. So you can see my screen now. Let's start something good. So now when you have signed up on your Canva, like I've guided you guys, you land on a place and then you can click on templates to go to templates. If you have existing projects, you can go to it. But for now, all we're focusing on is for you to find yourself in a situation where you are you are able to how do I call it now? You have access to the different template options. You will not find what I'm about to teach. Let us search for it. Search for it. Let's see book layouts. Sorry, that's a bad spelling there. Layouts. Spelling. So book layouts, you won't find anything showing us magazine, which is not the intent, which is not our intent. Showing us magazine, that's not what we see. That's not what we're interested in. We're interested in book. If I click on magazine, let's say for instance you want to design a brochure magazine, something for yourself, menu, or and just look at any of this. Can somebody tell me which of the layouts should I pick? Which of them should I pick? I'll take off my photo so you can decide. Which of them should I pick? Then should I just tell me the name of the one? Want me to- I'm waiting. How to manage your energy. Okay, yes. How to manage your energy is cover. All right, so click on it. As you can see now, I've clicked on it, and then you can see customize this template. When you customize this template, it will create a copy for you. Now, this is a cover. You can adjust this as you want. So now I want to explain some of the things. Look at this. This is what kind of font is this? Serif or sans serif? Maybe we just focus on designing book cover today. Serif or sans serif? Waiting for chats. Okay. I'm waiting for more chats. Okay, sans serif, good, lovely. Now I'll change this to a serif and tell me how does it look like. And let me look for a serif. Now compare. This is okay. This is a serif. Let's look for another serif. I'll come here and say serif. When I click on serif, you start seeing all serif fonts. So now tell me, this versus the first one, which one is nice? This versus the first one, which one is the best? Which is the best? Second one? This one? This one or the second one? This or this? Now, it's totally up to you. Totally up to you. But most book covers use sans serif because it's bold, it's easily legible, and more. Now, let me explain to you the kerning and all of those things. Tracking. See this? Who can remember this? What am I doing? Is this kerning or tracking? What is space between letters? What is it? Letter spacing. What is it? Hmm? And if I want to cover the lead, remember the lead is the space between lines. See that? If I make it like this, it becomes horrible. If I make it like it becomes too tight. If I do it this way, is it better? Or should I allow more space? And again, what do we call this in design? What do we call this in design? Line spacing, what's it called? Lead, correct. Now, this entire thing is called what? Is it a font, typeface, or a font? A font or typeface? This entire thing here. And how many fonts have they used here? And how many typeface have they used here? It's called a font. Okay, this entire thing, yes, it is a font because we can see variables. The moment I change this to this, it becomes a typeface because I have more than one font there. The moment I change this to something like this, it has become typeface because we have more than one variable there. You understand? Now, let's go to a popular, probably my favorite font or typeface, which is a family, is Poppins. Now look at Poppins. Just gonna take off the chat. So look at Poppins. Poppins is a family, and they have children. They have mother. They have this. They have extra light. This is thin. They have extra light. They have light. They have regular. We have medium. We have semi bold. We have bold. We have extra bold. We have black. Black is not necessarily black. Black is just saying very thick. So this is probably one of my favorite. So for each of these family, you can still you have different fonts level you can bold. Of course, it will select any of the design. But most important thing is that you can make italics, everything, make it light. You understand that? You see, we're changing the feeling of this. You can use extra light and you can make it the way you want. Now, if I want to make everything capital letter on Canva, I can just use this. You change everything from capital letter, toggle it between all caps and lower caps. See that? All right. So the question I was trying to address, what was that question again? How can we use Canva to create image? Well, why you cannot use it to create image particular? If you have Canva AI powered Canva, which is a premium Canva, I can describe here. Create an image of a book cover for MCM 206, published by Lagos State University. Now, if I say generate, it's going to generate something. Let's find out what it is. This is a premium education Canva. With your student account, I believe you should be able to generate or create an account. That's why I encourage all of you to start using your student account. There's companies who what they do is that they have allowance for students to use their product for free. So you can actually have access to premium Canva using your student account. All right, look at this. It has generated something for me. If I click on this, boom. If I wanted to share course material with you, look at this. Remember, I didn't give it lasso.edu.ng. Check it. I didn't give it lasso.edu.ng, but it has figured that out. It's designed a cover for me. If I say generate again, it will probably give me another idea. Come back here. It's probably going to give me another idea, and I'm going to make that page number 2. You see that this is another idea. Now look at this. This is a serif font. It's not looking very good. Let's change this to a sans serif. Looking jovial. Let's go to something like modern. Let's go to sans serif. Okay, let's pick something like this. This is looking more like this. I can make it bold. Yeah, it's sad that you can't access your institutional phone email on your phone. You might have to find a way to do it on the system, and then you come back to your phone to log in. I will encourage you guys to go to the technical department and get this right. So that's this part of it, and let's quickly look at some things about book. Let's assume that I've already done this. Now I have content. Say generates a dummy book layout for chapter 1 with lorem text. So let's see if it can generate something for this is a typo here. has gone already. So you can't find any templates. It's thinking now. So it's thinking this is not InDesign, this is Canva. Oh, see, it's still generating cover for me. You see the weakness of AI. See, that's the weakness of AI. I'm just gonna delete all of these things. Can I delete it or leave it? I just leave it. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. So I would go and create something new, create a new design. And let me say I'll use the flyer size design that I want to make. And what I want to do is I want to design a front page of a chapter. Sorry, not front page, the first chapter of a book. What it's suggesting to me is based on the idea of what I've selected. It's suggested flyers because I selected flyer templates. But what I want to do here is so you can use some presets here. Say chapter, search for elements and see if you can find anything that is useful. You can let me see if I can find anything. Like I mentioned to you, majority of the things I'm going to show you now. I'm going to create it from scratch. So first, I want to create an imaginary border, which is pick it from elements. I'm just going to use oh, you can see me, you can hear me clearly, right? Can you confirm that? Can you see me? Can you hear me clearly? I want you to be ask me questions as I make progress with this, please. Questions. So first, I want to create a border, an imaginary one that will simulate the edges of a book. And I will change the color to a faint gray. So if you have your this thing with you, I don't like this line. So does this give me what I want? Absolutely no. So I'm gonna see, is this, it still doesn't give me what I want. Still not giving me what I want. So sorry, I have to delete that. So this is what I will do now. I'm going to I will draw my line myself. So I'll search for line. I'll pick this line. Is this line what I want? I'll find out now. 3.5. I can still manage this. This is a very stressful way to go about it. Okay, I have an imaginary line there. Maybe I should just ignore that. I will ignore that. I'll just start my design. So the first thing I need my text box to my text to or my text box to. But what I'll just do is that I think I'll work with my chapter one. I'll say chapter. So I'll say just chapter. I've not decided this. I need letter one. I'll just duplicate this. Make it one. Maybe one or yeah, this is one. Good. Now, sorry, it's an exclamation there. This is one. I can make this one big. Now I have one. Now I can create a text box for the spacing. Now to the edge, it must not go beyond the edge of the book. Now I can bring it all the way down. You know why that is not showing anything? Because there's no content in there, so it will disappear. Look at this now. So If I have a text, I'll just come here. I'll say lorem, um, lorem text placeholder. I just want to generate a random text. I'll pick this. Now, look at this. This is way too big. Usually, the font for books are between 9 and 12. 9 and 12, depending on 9, 12, 14, depending on the age group who is reading it. Now, this is serif or sans serif, the body. Serif or sans serif. Serif or sans serif. This is not looking good already. It's not looking because I have not decided font. Are we still together? Serif or sans serif? It isn't bold, okay? How bold is it now? Is it better now? Serif or sans serif? Sans serif without serif. Now, is this easy to read? Will it be easy to read? The answer will be no. It will be boring. It will be tiring at some point. So you need to change this to something like the recommended style, Garamond. Now I'm selecting Garamond. You see, is it looking like a textbook now? I'll select all the text and select Garamond. You see that? It's looking good now, right? You see? Now, let's come back up here. We want to change this one and make it stylistics and add some styles to it. You can change this even to Garamond and make it bold. And then like this, I'll change this into a design, maybe gray. I'll put it to the back. The position. If you want to go to move something to the back, go to position and say go back. So now this one I can use serif for this. And come back and say if I use this one chapter, it doesn't look good. So what I'll do, I can use Canvas and let's see how that looks. The still doesn't look good. Doesn't look good either. I need something light. Let's go to Poppins and then we'll go to Poppins light. And then I can probably use something like this. But the color looks too sharp still. I can come and give a darker gray. Or in fact, I can even go stylistics by putting this in here and changing this to color white. Let's see what it looks like. You can just you can change it and make it anything. And if I duplicate this page, let's create another variety of this particular first chapter of the page. I'm gonna bring this one back to 90 to 0, sorry. Change the color to white, to black, sorry. I want to add some things to it. Let's add some design to it. Thanks for the thumbs up. I want to add some coily design to it. Let's say I want to use something like this, some floral effects. I don't think I like that. Let's use this one. You see that it's giving me this symbol means this premium image is included in your Canva education plan. You see that? That because I have Canva education. I'm just gonna come here. I'll delete the initial flower. I use this one. I can change the color, to make this one maybe gray. Yeah. And I can even delete chapter and just use the flower effects. On your free Canva, you can do any of this. I don't have to pay Canva before I do anything. I can change this one. Okay, let's duplicate this and change it again to ONE chapter 1. And I'll go to 80 for this. I think 80 will look good. So it may look strange and there's no particular set of this thing. So that's part of the things. Remember they taught you about using drop caps. So I can use drop caps. But I know that Canva doesn't have drop caps. What I can do is to do Ojogo. What Ojogo can I do to make this possible? I can duplicate the text, delete everything in my first paragraph, or probably the first 3 lines of my first paragraph. I want you to look at this carefully. If Canva doesn't have the function that I need, I just want to do Ojogo now to get things right. Ojogo means you want to do an arc. I want to arc it, kind of thing. I'll delete this part. I met a designer in your class that does a lot of Ojogo. But now this is going beyond what I need. So I'm just going to cut this one. I need 3-line drop caps. So now this is good. So I'm going to take this L. Drop caps means that the first letter is going to be, bold, designed, and looking artistically nice. I'll use Garamond for that, but I'll use Garamond bold. You don't have to pay. You can do it on your phone. If you need help with that, please let me know. So you can change this. Let's see what it looks like now. The font still look tiny, so I think we may have to yeah, it looks tiny to read here, but of course it won't look tiny eventually when it gets to print. Let's make this big. This is what it will look like. Let's look at the previous design. Look at this. Look at this. So you can change things however and however you like. Anyway, so yeah, that's part of the ideas. So let's assume that I want an image in between this. If we're using InDesign, it becomes easy. I'm just showing you the tools that is accessible to you because this is our reality in Nigeria. Yeah, this is our reality. So you have all range of tools. So I won't go too deep because of time and the limitation of this course. If you want to learn extremely more, you have to join my media labs, which I live stream every 6 p.m. on Saturdays, every Saturday 6 p.m. So and there is a community that is being built. You can reach out to Favor Adeleke, who is a representative. That is that about this part of things. So I'll come back with my face. I think I've shown you something that can get you started with okay, did you like that? Did you learn from that? What did you learn? What is the new thing you do? And what will you do with the knowledge you've just gained? What will you do with the knowledge you just gained? All right. You don't have to pay to get Canva. So guys, if you are unable to stay for long, you can leave the class now. There's no problem about that. For those who are ready to continue learning, please stay on. You can always come back to watch it. All right. The reality is that there's so much to learn. However, you have limited time. If you want to be an half-baked graduate, so be it for you. I understand there are other commitments, but do well to communicate that wisely. Smart about things. So I'll go on to another question that I've got here. And I think I'll just skim through. How can we practically improve our efficiency in collaboration? I'll put that. Let's see what the next question says. It says, how can we practically improve our efficiency and collaboration during publishing? Yeah, so what you can do is you can put a system in place. Bring all of your stuff that you want to do online. Use collaborative softwares, tools like Google Docs, Google Form, use all of those things. Ensure your communications, there's documentation to it. How can you be efficient? Efficiency has to do with time. If you need to correct a document, share the link across all the people who have the authority over it. Look at it together at the same time and turn on your suggestion mode. Remember the track changes that I suggested. That will help us to know what each person have to say and have to share. And that is how you can manage time and as well collaborate. Yeah, shared workspace. All right. So now we have another question to look at, and then I can't take all of it anyway, obviously. So okay, okay. Someone said in book publishing, why do some books? Sorry, no. Said in book publishing, why do some books d- still get published with errors even after editing and proofreading? It's because they've not professionally done it with due diligence. That's why it's still that stage, because it was not done professionally. But corner, they have the budget has affected it. So the next question says to publish on EPUB with flowable format, what tools is best for typesetting? Word, documents, Canva, Adobe. Adobe InDesign is the best. Yes, Adobe InDesign is. Now I need more of practical lessons. Yes, join the media lab. Need more of practical lesson and then ask questions. Don't be quiet there. You only know what you ask. And small mistakes in editing ruin a beautiful work. Yes, absolutely. Small mistakes, they are like little foxes, and these little foxes are the ones that destroy the garden. So yes, small mistakes can ruin beautiful work. Hmm. See, uh, okay. Can mistake? Oh, I think you guys are having very good chats there. Sit there, and I also want to put something interesting where I can do so much at the same time. Oh, okay. I'll just transition and then keep it like this. Okay. All right. So now, one second. I was Yeah, asking anything. What is hierarchy? Hierarchy is the order of things. Is the order of things from most important to the. So you can use size to determine hierarchy. You can use color to determine hierarchy, or boldness, the font style to. Um, yeah. If you have more questions about InDesign, please write me an email. I see something. So, what are the key factors you consider when deciding what a manuscript is, when what that a manuscript is fully ready for final production? It must be it must have ticked all the boxes of what it set out to achieve, and error free. Proofreading is ensuring that there are no errors. That's another question that I have. All right, so for some of you who are asking me questions that is outside the scope of this work and won't be able to take it here, I'll answer it within the context of where we need to be. So now, so okay, the question is exam going to be written on CBT? You find out. You started doing your exam. I hope you do it well. You've started doing it. Hope you do it well. So is layout important to Nigerian children book sellers? Yes, absolutely. Bad layout will piss off students. We are designing book for for students. You have to be aware of their age. You ensure it's colorful, it is bright, it's something that they will enjoy. So how is your exam going to be like? You're already experiencing your exam. Um, most of you don't know that you've started your exam. It's the okay. All right, I want to see the how did you become so good with editing manuscripts, sir? I continue. I continue to learn anyway. I told myself that's how you will become good. That's how you will become. You learn by doing. So you want me to teach more on copy editing? So the module is so compact. So let's stick to what we have. If you want more knowledge, you can reach out and then we can figure out what we can do. Okay. So, first, I would like to ask you a question. First, can I improve my manuscript editing skills to a more professional level? Also, what are the common mistakes editors should always look out for in manuscript? The first thing is the language, the choice of English that you use. That's a very common error that many falls into. So a bad proofreader wants that, and if they don't catch that to make it, that's how that's what becomes your experience. The other thing is that for you to become a professional, you have to have eyes. Errors requires a lot of training. Requires a lot of training to do that. So the other thing is how can I spend my how can I speed my accuracy when editing manuscript? It's difficult to answer this question because ah, you need to be patient. You need time. For accuracy to be high, it means you put quality time, quality work. What is hybrid approach? I don't know the context of your question. No. Let me read your order. You said I've learned that all forms of editing is compulsory, having our style very important, and strong faster production, high cost. Okay, I see. I really can't pick the context if you are asking that what's hybrid approach. Hybrid approach in terms of publishing outputs would be like publishing the physical book and also publishing the the online versions and ensuring that it is redistributable across different platforms. Okay, how can manuscript be transformed into layouts? We've just seen a typical example of that. Imagine if that those lorem text was I can put it and get that to become it. So to give more examples, I don't know what example. How does AI affect editing design in book publishing. You can see how I put AI to use and still some of the impacts can make things fast, and it is also very quick to making mistakes. All right, so I really can't take all the questions. Now I'll just go straight to the how to use Adobe InDesign. I'm still confused. Come to the Media Lab. All right, come to the Media Lab. All right, so how do I go about marginalizing fonts layout of book? I've just illustrated that in this. So ensure you have your clear margin that you don't go out of you don't go offset. So I should teach you how to make an headline from a text or sentence. Okay, we did that during the Media Lab session. If you missed that last week, you can go back to the YouTube and check out for it and watch it. In the last session, you said something on principle of typography. Can you please give more explanation and more examples or explanation of typesetting? Okay. Principles of typography. You don't use more than one font. If you looked at the design that we showed earlier, and they don't use more than two to three fonts. I think you were taught this. My co-lecturer also you. So you would like to know the best tools or software that you can use to help you manage editing. It is Adobe InDesign. So guys, tell me, put it in the chat. What is one thing, one or two things that you've learned that you've taken away, and what's advice do you have for me? What's the about? Yeah, what would you like me to do next? I think I'll hold on the questions and I'll be on the lookout for your comments in the chat. All right, go on. Put in more comments. I'm waiting to see if you have questions. Put it in there. Okay. All right. So thank you guys for joining today. I think this is where I'll put an end. So look out For those who didn't come here to learn, that's absolutely their problem. So I'll put the link to check out when I'm ready. Remember, this is a walkthrough session. We still have the practical session, so I might load it all or share with you guys as time goes back, and it is likely to be in between the two sessions. You have to do something. So now I'd say keep your comments coming, and as I say, thank you guys. All right, thank you guys. So thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that it's become easier for you to walk through practical aspect of things. Bad. Happy about what you guys are. Keep the flag flying and keep learning. Don't stop learning. That's how we grow. Okay? Guys, have a beautiful